Just waiting for it to go.
It'll take a couple of minutes.
Oh, Terry's in this as well. Oh yeah, we're in.
Good evening, people. Good evening, good evening. Well, welcome to the Simfx Infinity GT Manufacturers Series, the Race of Champions. Yes, this event was done last season, the end of Season 3, a Champions of Champions event. But this time around, we're doing it again in Season 4. We had Chris Wall host it last season, at the end of last season. I'm joined this evening by Adam Sparrow, aka TKM Spadders. So good evening, Adam.
Good evening, everyone.
Yes, Champions of Champions event. I know you've taken part in the Infinity Series as well, Season 4, League 1, and I think you would want to be out on track. But because of wildcard entries, James Harbin is out on track and Mutt. James Harbin was meant to be joining me in the commentary box. This is why you're here, because you're taking his place. So I'm looking forward to this evening. But yes, we're at Nürburgring for the first race, the GR4. This is with the Mazda Atenza. I'm going to let Adam speak more about the track and whatnot, while I just quickly share this around, the link around, so people can actually watch the cars go around as well in the meantime. But I'll head over to Valtteri.
So I'll just head out in track now, just to do a quick track tour.
Okay. I go on board with you, Adam. Just quickly while I share the link around. Just an onboard lap with TKM Spadders. Currently going around the first part of the Nürburgring. We do hopefully one lap and then a hot lap maybe. Just get a swing of the track in certain corners. There's a few corner names for this track, not many. But thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. I'm going to quickly get this link shared around. I'll hand over to Adam now. He'll talk you around the track and how to do it, how not to do it, and you know where to avoid and not to avoid. So over to you, Adam.
So, as we're quickly coming through the chicane and now heading down towards the hairpin, we're going to drop it down into second for this hairpin and brake just where it stops. That grey area starts there, or just after it. Drop it down to second, middle of the apex, back on the throttle, and then up through the gears towards the Schumacher S's. And this is, I think it'll be flat out in this car. Yep, flat out in this car. Take as much curve as you can get away with without losing too much time. And now back again to this corner. Brake just where you've got the AstroTurf there, down into third. Use as much track as you can get away with, up to fourth, back down into third. Back nicely on the power on the exit. Heading now towards the NGK chicane. Try and keep it as straight a wheel as possible to minimise drag. 100 metre board there, down into second, take as much curve as possible, and nicely on the power, watch for the rear end on the exit. Using this entry curve on the outside, dropping it down to second, and then easing on the throttle so you don't get too much understeer. And that is an outlap of the Nürburgring Grand Prix circuit. Now this Atenza is relatively stable as we brake just before the 100 metre board, down into second. Watch as it understeers as the track drops away on the exit. Then balance the throttle and the brake to make sure you get maximum turning through that left-hander. And then again, try and brake nice and hard, get the nose in, take a little bit of curve through these two corners, and you can run a little bit the exit there. Again, into this corner here, brake in the middle of the cut through there, into third, nicely on the power, then to the middle of the track before this right-hander, down to second, quickly up to third, and using the exit curve there. Heading towards the hairpin once again, where the grey starts on the outside there. Eventually down to second, hit the middle of the apex, on the power. Oh, not that much. Everyone's human. Flat out once again through here. and through the gears towards this chicane here. Brake just where the AstroTurf starts, take a nice bit of curve on the inside there, run it wide, up to fourth quickly, then back down to third, back on the throttle, and running it wide, keeping the wheel as open as possible to reduce the drag from the tyres. So now 2 more corners to go, the NGK chicane, 100 metre braking board, taking the curve nicely, on the throttle nicely, 1 more corner to go, taking the entry curve, down to second, and then on the power, and that is a flying lap around the Nürburgring.
Thank you, Adam, thank you. Very impressive indeed. But in relation to the drivers, the leagues which are here this evening as well, so we had 3 leagues in season 4 in regards to the drivers themselves. So League 1, League 2 and League 3 will all be competing this evening around the Nürburgring and the second track this evening, which is Suzuka. But that's with a different car, and I'll go into more details with the different car in the interval, the break after this race. So, representing League 1 is the champion, Kevin KB. His teammate that season was LS Steno, and that's the Lee. Ben Cosgrove came... came third, yeah, third in that league. So in regards to Scott, Scott is, for me, I think, if I'm right, yeah, Scott came, was he with the yeah, fourth, but the manufacturers were Porsche in League 1. Yeah. So in regards to League 2, I was part of League 2, TKM Spanners was part of League 1. In regards to League 2, the winner of League 2 was Chris Wall. That's CJW race. I'm not sure if he's in the room at the moment. I think he is. Yeah, he's down in 11th at the minute. They're just getting a bit of a practice in. So yeah, we've got Chris Wall there. He won League 2, about time, because he did try to go for it in season 3, but I just picked him to 3rd position in season 3. And then second in the league was Dave Lewis. That's Fat Pickles Bro. And then
Mr.
third, Mr. Fuel Saver. And then we have Phil. Phil, 1979 in 10th. He came 3rd overall in League 2, Season 4. And then we have Terry Atkinson, Val Terry. Where is he on track at the moment? Is he out on track? He was the manufacturer's winner with Chris Wall, hence why he's in the room this evening. In League 3, we have... Right, so we have McReeder, that's Martin Reeder, currently sitting in 3rd. He was a winner of League 3 Season 4. In 2nd, and I've just got his name right, as the league's end, I can't believe it, as the league's end, yeah, I kept calling him Visco, but it's not, it's Visho.
Yes. I need to now learn how to
yes.
names as well.
so it's Visho, not Visco. So that's Finn, he came 2nd, and I got to admit, him and McCready were battling out. I've done the replays for League 3 and League 1. I've yet to do League 1's last replay, but I will do that. But McCready and Visho were constantly battling away in that league, but Martin just had the edge. And coming 3rd in the League 3 was MLA. MLA there in 7th position. Sorry, 6th now. He's gone up a position there. He finished 3rd. Then we got Ian Vickers, Bazinga. You know Bazinga very well. He's competed in the BGWT with MVP. He is here because of manufacturers winners as well. Then we have the 2 highest scoring wildcards. Like I said, James Harburn, Mr. Simfx, the guy that basically runs the league. Yeah, he's a wildcard entry. And we got Mutt as well. Mutt's the highest wildcard entry as well. We do have 3 reserves just in case: Jane Norwood, Dave Robertson, Mark Jardine. But I think everyone's in this evening. This event is sponsored by Infinity Decals. Mr. Dave Robinson has done from season 1, and also Hexagon Engine Bay details as well. They're new to this season. In regards to format, I'll hand over to Adam for the time being for the format, what can expect, qualification, and the compounds and fuel and whatnot. So over to you, Adam.
Okay, so it is just like the normal season. It's a 50-minute race, isn't it?
No, it's 30 minutes. In regards to, it's a classic 30-minute. We've done a season 1, season 2, yeah.
Okay, so it's a 30-minute race. soft and medium tyres, and it's three laps required on the medium tyres.
Yeah.
Am I right in that?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So 3 laps required on the medium tyres. It is ×3 and ×4. I think the settings are.
Correct.
So I think it's going to be an interesting one. I think you've got to watch brake bias as well, because each of the 2 cars, I think, is going to be very interesting on how tyre wear affects, and brake bias is a very easy way to sort of change how the tyres wear. So I think, especially with these 4-wheel drive cars, a lot of these drivers haven't really used the 4-wheel drive cars, and the tyre wear will be completely different to the FR or MR cars that most people would have been using in the season this season.
Yeah, that was the thing, because that was the thing, because in regards to the season, like yourself, you used the McLaren.
Yes.
So where they're used to the Porsche and the McLaren and the Aston Martin, it's a bit of a mix-up. This using the Mazda Atenza, the GR4 for the first race. Then we go to the Mazda RX GT Vision car, which is very, very loud, size like an aeroplane. So for them to adapt from what they were used to throughout the season to come into a different car, it's a bit of a jump, you know. Yeah.
I think a few people would have probably used the Atenza, but the Vision car, I don't think anyone would really have much experience in that car, as LS Steno goes fastest, beating his Bioparcel teammate. Yes, I don't think any of them would have had any sort of experience in that car unless they've done a single make event in it. As it's until recently, its balance of performance has really lacked, and it hasn't actually been a quick car until like the last week or so. So no one would have actually willingly chose it to actually to win races in.
I'm just so looking forward to this evening, because it's putting, like I said, all 3 leagues together and having one outright champion, because at the end of season 3 it was actually KB that won it.
Yes.
And by parcel. So can they repeat it this evening? I don't know, because a few drivers like Fubiki, got to watch out for Fubiki, CJW Racing as well, Chris Wall, Visho there in 5th. Like I said, I got your name right. Ben Cosgrove as well, Val Terry. There's a mixture of drivers this evening, so it is going to be fascinating. And I'm so looking forward to it. Like you said, you know, imagine the tyres as well around Nürburgring. Got to use the racing mediums, a minimum of 3 laps, and the racing softs as well. You got fuel and tyre wear depletion on. And some may just take it nice and slow during the first 10 minutes and just keep nice and composed, and then come towards the last 10 or 8 minutes of the race, just go for it. Remember, we're going to have one outright champion and the manufacturer side of it as well. There can only be one winner, and else there is second and third as well, but it just boils down to who's going to come out on top. I can't call it this evening. I really cannot.
No, I can't.
I can't. MLA as well. MLA on his day. Macreeder as well. MLA, he could be there or thereabouts. But the thing with MLA, he's so used to his Ferrari. He's used it since season 1, the Ferrari.
Yeah.
Like I said, the how it's ran tonight is how it was in season 1 and season 2. So 2 half-an-hour races. Fuel and tyre wear depletion on, a break in between. That's the classic way how I knew Infinity. Then in season 3 they brought in the endurance side of things, and it was very, very fascinating, very, very interesting. But in regards to this evening, the GR4 first of all, we got a 10-minute qualification, and then we got the race. They're all in the same car, so it's about driver ability, as you say, Adam.
Yes.
Who can bring the best out of the car, and that will show in qualification and during the race as well. Who's done the most practice with this car around these tracks, and it will just show. And like I said, GR3, the Suzuka, the RX GT3 Mazda Vision car concept, that's gonna be a challenge as well. But anyway,
what I've seen that from other point of views, I haven't driven that as of yet. But it's a difficult car to drive from what I've seen. It certainly sounds like a difficult car to drive. Listening to the actual car itself, it sounds very aggressive, and I reckon it might be a little bit loose on the rear ends. Oh, this quali has just started.
Yeah, head out to qualification. LS Steno, like always, comes out first. Do you know why that is? Is that some sort of strategy for LS Steno? Is this his mind games, or does he like being out in front, just in clean air, so he can just push it to the max? Because I've noticed he does like being out in the front in qualification. I don't know if you could tell us more, or anything like that. I don't know.
I know why he goes out first in BGWT. To be honest, a lot of us want to go first out in BGWT, but unfortunately, normally it's the host of the lobby who's able to get out first out of everyone. I think if you are out front, you can sort of you can either drop back and decide if you want to get back into a tow, or you can just go flat out and just sort of set your own pace. Where if you're in the pack, you're a lot more likely to get held up in traffic, and you haven't really got much of a choice. And if you do drop back, it means you might get one less lap and less opportunities. So I think going out first is definitely, because in previous karting we've got 5-minute qualifying as well, and I always go out in the front, and then I can sort of just pick what I do, because you do need a slipstream, but if you're in the back of the pack, then it's a lot more chaotic, where if you're out front, it's a lot easier to pick where to go.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so there we are. LS Steno, clean air. He will be the first to do a hot lap. So let's see what LS Steno can bring. Likewise, the others. Like you said, the advantage is always to the front runner, because they will get that extra lap. And James Harben down to the rear. Bazinga. He's not quite there yet. He's just come out the pit, so he's going to lose he won't get that extra lap, and I don't think he'll get a couple in, but not as much as the others. LS Steno now starting his hot lap. I'll hand over to you now, Adam. Let you talk through the track again with the viewers. With LS Steno.
So we're on board here with LS Steno coming through this left-hander. Let's see how much he doesn't use that much on the exit there, and he does a nice shallow entry, dropping it down a second, and now he's on the throttle. How much curve does he take here? He doesn't take that much curve mid-corner there, but he takes a lot of runoff here. So where's he brake? Just after the cut through on the right-hand side. Missed the apex slightly. He'd be wanting to sort of perfect that on his second lap, but he's got plenty of attempts to go, and he was in second there. Back on the power towards the hairpin. So taking a little bit of that grey on the outside, and he's decided to try and do, I think, a little bit of a wide line there from what I could see. Probably to try and get a better release up this hill, because especially in the GT4 cars, they do struggle slightly coming up this hill, and the Attenza's not the fastest of these cars anyway. So the best run possible. Misses that apex slightly, so once again there's still time to find for LS Steno, and he'll know exactly where he can find them. But in practice, it looked like his pace was there with the best of them. I know KB is very strong around this circuit. Whenever I've been racing with him, he's been incredibly strong around here. Through the chicane, taking a lot of curb, a little bit of a moment there through the second part of it, but managed to stay on top of it, and now into the last corner, dropping it down to second, back on the power. And what time is he going to get? It will be a 2 minute 4.538. Can KB beat it? No, he's got a penalty.
No, he's got a penalty. Adam, quickly, just turn up your mic quickly. Viewers saying they can't really hear you. KB,
okay.
So Chris Wall there. Chris Wall came second. Is actually second in qualification at the moment. KB down to third. Valtteri in fourth. Then we've got Phil up to fifth. LS Steno currently leading the way. We've got McCreadon out to fourth. The League 3 champion there up to fourth. Valtteri in fifth, like I said, Phil. Then we've got Mutt, the wildcard entry. MLA, Mr. Ferrari, Horse Dragon Ferrari was his nickname in League 3. We've got V-Show there as well. Finally got your name right there. So Ben Cosgrove in 10th. Fuba Key, Fat Pickles Bro. Mr. Fuel Saver, James Harben, the guy that runs the Infinity GT Manufacturer Series, alongside Dave Robinson, does all the results and does all the fancy posters and that, so it's very appreciated for the time they do, the time they take out to run these leagues. Very, very thankful from everyone. But Bazinga there in 14th. Up we go, Elesteno. Has it improved yet? He's down on his second sector there. Chris has actually got a purple first sector, so he's quickest at the moment on track. So let's see what Chris can. Yes,
he just went purple to the second sector as well.
Yep.
The pressure is on here for KB because he hasn't got the first lap. Hasn't got the first lap together. So let's see what we can do in this lap.
Do you know what though? With Chris, I've noticed such a difference in his racing. He's just upped it by a lot. You know, he's a complete from season 3 when I was in season 3 with Chris. To now, massive difference. Completely different driver. Flat out on it. As you can tell, purple sectors for him. Let's see if he can keep it for the final chicane there. I don't know. He's got a bit of someone in front. He's got someone in front of him. I'm not sure who. So I think that's Visho there in front of Chris. Yes, it is. So he'll be picking up that slipstream as well, Chris. Can he get pole position? Can he grab that pole? He can. A 2:04.006.
Donking lap there, half a second quicker than an Esteno. So
precisely. This is what I mean. Chris is a completely different driver this season. He's up there with the best, you know. And let's see what he could do this evening, because after seeing that pace, I know he's had the slipstream. I know Ben as well. He's one to watch. He's yes. very sneaky, you know. he can pull it out the bag whenever.
Interestingly enough, I noticed 2 drivers. They're going to be starting on the medium tyres, which is Ben Cosgrove and Fat Picklesgrove. So this is going to be interesting to see how this race pans out. It looks like everyone else will be starting on the soft tyres unless they do a quick switcheroo just before the race starts.
Yeah. I'm just quickly scrolling through, see how everyone else is getting on. But yeah, it's Chris at the minute on pole position. Ben Cosgrove in second. Elesteno in third. KB down to 5th. Valtteri up to 4th. Fat Pickles Road to 6th. But yeah, it's very fascinating.
Where's James up? Did James just set on that? So James is there in 9th now. He's on a 2:05.189. I think he'll be looking for a better lap time than that, because I think he's got more performance in him than that.
Yeah. Like I say, it's adapting to the car as well.
Yes.
You know.
This race is, or these 2 races, all about adaptability and driver ability. It's not how much practice you get in with the car you know. It's all about how you can adapt to a car you don't know.
Yeah, that's it. And again, Chris has got the slipstream of not 1 but 2 cars, Phil and Visho up ahead to the final chicane now. Let's see if he can improve again. Let's see if he can get a faster lap. Let's see if he can get into the 2:03s. Because KB at the minute, I think he's just biding his time, KB. Because he like KB as well, he could pull it out the bag. But Chris, no, he hasn't. He's lost quite a bit of time there. Ben Cosgrove in second, Elesteno in third, Valtteri in 4th. KB now coming through the final chicane. Let's see if he's improving. I think he want to be up there like within the top 3. But then KB is home track. Like you say, he's raced around here a lot. And let's see what he can bring out the bag. KB, it does look like he's going a hell of a lot quicker.
No, that was an outlap.
Yeah. Sorry. There we go. Fubiki, 2:03.928. Currently on pole position. Pipped Chris.
The pressure's on for these 2 parcel drivers if they want to retain their crown that they had last season.
I know. It's already in qualification. We're not even in the race, and it's just all kicking off. Bazinga, unfortunately, to the rear in his Scooby-Doo livery there. Mutt in 13th, MLA in 12th, Visho in 11th, and then we've got James Harbin in 10th, Mr. Duck Lover, Phil in 9th, McCready in 8th, KB in 7th now, Valtteri in 6th, Elesteno in 5th, Fat Pickles in 4th, half a second between 1st and 4th, Ben Cosgrove in 3rd, Chris in 2nd, and Fubiki leading the way, currently on provisional pole position with a 2:03.928.
Bazinga hasn't got a clean lap in as of yet. He's just past the 3rd sector split, and he's 1.1 seconds faster. So hopefully he's going to fly himself up the field, because I don't think he's got a lap where he's had a clean run so far. So let's see where he ends up. He's coming up to the last corner now. Let's see.
He's green. He's green on his sector anyway.
Yes, he's 1.1 at the moment, and it will be a 2 minute 7.067.
So now we've got KB sitting in the slipstream with Fubiki. KB now down to 8. Fubiki in pole with Chris behind. Can KB improve on his lap time? Because he's dropping down further down this grid. He's now in 8th, and we've got Elesteno in 5th, his teammate. Let's see what KB can do. Can he improve on his lap time? We're on with KB now. Go around the final corner.
It was Macredo that has popped it into the 6th spot, so very good.
Oh, KB! 203.62. See what I mean? That slipstream is helping them a lot. We've got Chris, he's done enough, he feels. Ben Cosgrove in 4th. Macredo, like you say, in 7th, League 3 champion. Elesteno there. They're just practicing their starts, I think. I don't think no one else is going to... They've got 10 minutes qualification, remember. Not 15.
So we've only got one person left to do a lap. Who's that? Who's just coming to the line now? That's Valtteri. And that is everyone who's done their laps now. So it is KB who's pole position.
Fubiki 2nd. We've got Chris in 3rd. We've got Ben Cosgrove in 4th. Fat Pickles were in 5th. Elesteno in 6th. Macredo in 7th. Valtteri in 8th. James Harben, the guy that's run it since the start, season 1, back in February 2020. The 18th of February that was. James Harben in 8th. Phil in 9th. He was 3rd in, like I said, in League 2, sorry. Getting mixed up then. Mutt in 10th. Fisho in 11th, 2nd in League 3. MLA is 3rd in League 3. Bazinga, like I said, he's here because of manufacturer's title. Macredo in 14th, just pitted, but he is up there in 7th, I think, around that area. So KB on pole. His teammate Elesteno by Parcel.com Racing in 6th. But we've got the attention of Fubiki and Chris and Ben Cosgrove and Fat Pickles Bro.
Ben is the one to watch at the start of this race. He's the one who's starting on mediums. He's the so is Fat Pickles Bro. Both drivers starting on the medium tyre rather than the soft tyre.
Yeah.
Starting in 4th and 5th. So let's see, because they're going to fall back to start with. The race is going to come to them towards the end. So let's see how those two get on.
Okay. Yeah, I think we're just waiting for the start now. Like I said, it's bloody. I don't know. Say kids are doing their 360 donut thingies.
Here we go. It's race time, ladies and gentlemen. KB on pole, Fubiki 2nd, Chris in CJW Racing in 3rd. Who's going to get the whole shot at the start?
I think it's going to be a case of nice and easy does it, fellas, down to that first corner. We've got a 30-minute race ahead. You don't want to ruin it at the first corner. So like I said, KB, Fubiki, Chris.
Fubiki's got his wipers on again.
It's raining in Germany. It's raining in Deutschland, yeah? But yeah, here we go. 30-minute race ahead. Like I said, racing mediums have to be run for a minimum of 3 laps. Likewise, the racing softs. Like Adam said, some have started, a couple have started on the racing mediums. Away they go. KB currently leading the way.
Good start from KB. Fubiki's got the jump on him.
Yeah, Fubiki's got the jump.
So
Chris, he's through the middle.
So is Ben.
Yeah, I know.
KB's going to drop a load of places here. Let's see how it goes through turn 1. But Fubiki's got the lead. But Chris is up into 2nd, going side by side into turn number 2. Can he get the move done? No, he can't. KB's down to 3rd off the start.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. Yeah, it all kicks off at the start. Then you'll see it settling down now. And a couple minutes into the race, like 5 minutes into the race, you'll see things starting to pan out and how things are going to go. We've got Phil there in 8th. Fat Pickles Bro now has dropped down to 9th. 10th actually now. He's down to 10th. We've got Matt in 11th, MLA 12th, and yeah, Macredo unfortunately down in 14th position. He's in last. So Fubiki leading away, half a second over Chris there. So Chris is currently sitting in 2nd with KB behind. KB up to 3rd now, Adam. With Elesteno, his teammate, behind him 4th.
Good start from Elesteno to get from 6th to 4th, but I'm not quite sure. KB up the inside there of Chris, and he gets the move done into the hairpin. That's opportunistic move. I think Chris missed the apex slightly, and KB just took advantage there.
Yes, Valtteri and Ben Cosgrove's 6th and 7th, but James is up to 7th now. James up to 7th in his Duckman there. Phil 8th, Visho in 9th. So Visho is currently sit behind Phil there. So League 3 and League 2 battling out 8th and 9th. Visho has got immense pace as well. He was the driver of the season for the MRC Gran Turismo Touring Car Championship. Season 14, he was the driver of the season, so he has got the pace on his day. KB up to 2nd, like you said. Chris in 3rd, heading towards the final chicane now. Chris just gives KB a little bit of a kiss, saying, "Hi mate, I'm here." Through the chicane, LS Deno in 4th, Valtteri in 5th. So it's settling down slightly between 1st to 7th. Bit of a tyre squirrel up ahead. Who was that? It's just where they're running a bit wide. Watch that tyre wear as well, viewers. Tyre information down the bottom left, fuel as well, bottom left.
Drivers defending at the background.
I know. I'm going on to that now.
That's Disco.
Yeah, he's there. He's there. Let's go. Let's see. Let's see how he's getting on. Let's have a look back. Yeah, Visho. I said Visco, but it's Visho. Visho is doing the show. Yeah, Visho.
Round the outside through turn 1. What a move there from
I know.
Round the outside.
Brilliant racing throughout. MLA, Mutt, Macreeda battling it out. 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th. Fat Pickles way down to 13th position now on the racing mediums. He's struggling. Yeah. Up the front we go quickly. KB putting out a bit of a gap now to Fubiki there. He's in 1st position now. Can we pick that up at all? Can I pick that move up? That overtake, or did I miss it? He seems to have done it before that corner, so apologies for missing that. So KB, fast purple sector there for him at the minute. Fubiki in 2nd. We've got Chris in 3rd now. So he'll be looking to sit in the slipstream of Fubiki and save the fuel. Likewise, LS Deno as well. Valtteri in 5th. Ben Cosgrove dropping away now from Valtteri in 5th. James Harbin in 7th. Sitting behind Ben Cosgrove. So yeah, it's at the front runners at TKM Spatters. 1st, 2nd, 3rd and 4th and 5th are breaking away now from 6th and 7th.
They're naturally going to break away from Ben because those medium tyres are about 2nd a lap slower. I think actually a little bit more round here than those soft runners. And obviously Ben is there on the medium tyres. He's now going to start getting challenged from James and Phil. So I think it's a matter of time before Ben gets passed by James. And I wonder how much he's going to fight it. Is he just going to dip back and just play the long game, or is he going to try and hold on to his position as James has got himself a second penalty for
that chicane? Get all 4 wheels over that chicane, you get a penalty, unfortunately. Phil in 8th will capitalise from this now. You have got within 2 laps to get rid of the penalty in this season. Racer Champions, like I said, sponsored by Vintage Decals and Hexagon Engine Bay Details as well. KB still leading the way at this race. 25 minutes to go. Fubiki in 2nd, half second away from KB, but he's still there in the slipstream. Chris as well. Chris is good at fuel saving as well. Likewise, a few others in this race. But like I keep saying, Chris has been impressive so far. He's promoted to League 1 for next season, if he does it, that is. Valtteri in 5th. Yeah, like you say, Ben Cosgrove on the racing mediums, but James Harbin, the penalty. He's getting rid of the penalty, and he's lost 2 positions because of it. So MLA in 10th, we've got Mutt in 11th, Macreeda in 12th, Pat Bricklesway 13th, Bazinga with a penalty in 14th. Up we go. KB still leading the way, almost a second now. Fubiki is a second, almost, about. So Chris in 3rd. LS Deno just sitting behind there of the rear of Chris.
LS Deno is short shifting a little bit, where KB is completely maxing out those revs. Fubiki is as well. I'm just trying to see if Chris is. I think Chris is slightly short shifting. So I think Chris and LS Deno, both of them, are doing a little bit of fuel saving early on in this race.
Yeah, lifting coast as well. I'm noticing as well. Just a quick recap.
Valtteri closing in.
Yeah.
As well.
Valtteri, yeah, he's been thereabouts as well in the Mercedes. They were using the Mercedes in season 4, which is completed now, hence why we're doing the Race of Champions. So they were the manufacturers winners.
Disco and Phil going side by side through the chicane. sorry to butt in there, but Visco was
That's
trying
fine.
to go around the outside through the NGK chicane, didn't manage to get it done, but he's back on the attack here for 6th spot.
Yeah, so I'm on the replay at the minute, just having a look. Just having a look through this chicane now. Let's see, yeah. Went a bit deep there into the entry, didn't he? So out we go quickly. KB still leading away. 1.2 second gap now with Fubiki. So KB now is, he's put his foot down a little bit, but he is saving fuel at the same time. Because compared to Fubiki on that fuel gauge, Fubiki has used a little bit more than KB there. So, hand over to you for the minute, Adam.
Yes, no problem. So yes, looking at the fuel, it looks like Lesteno is looking the most comfortable on fuel, and he's probably just happy to sit there in 4th spot and just sort of stay cool, just try and save as much tyres as possible and save as much fuel as possible. I'm not sure how much fuel these guys will need to save on this 30-minute race. I don't know how thirsty the attender is. Fuel still with his wipers going, so obviously he sees something different to all the other drivers on track, because oh no, sorry, the camera angle was deceiving, and
yeah, he has got his window wipers on, Fubiki, so it's still raining wherever he is on track, because everywhere else is quite dry. So Lesteno 4th. He is coming under attack now from Valtteri, but like you say, he is short shifting as well, Lesteno. Ben Cosgrave in 6th, doing a good job on them racing mediums. Let's see how far he can go into this race. Phil in 7th, Visho in 8th, with MLA up to 9th now. Mutt in the Honda livery there in 10th. He's a wild card entry like James.
McCready just had a slight off there on the exit of the chicane.
Let's pick that up for the minute. With McCready now on the replays, behind James Harburn. He's on the racing mediums as well, McCready. So he runs it a bit too deep, maybe. Oh, yes. But he keeps it together. Keeps it on the... almost. Almost. bit back into there. KB now, I think he's thinking in his head, right, we've got 21 minutes left of this race. I'll just break away a little bit if I can.
The front guys are battling. We've got Fubiki side with Chris, and also Valtteri looking up the inside of Lesteno. Chris looking to go all the way around the outside of Fubiki.
Oh, Lesteno!
Up the inside there. Now can he get the move done through here? Will he get the move done? Yes,
he does. Oh, Valtteri as well. He's looking as well. Chris has lost 2 positions in 1. My lord, KB, he's capitalising now. KB can break away. Fubiki, Lesteno up to 3rd, Chris down to 4th, Valtteri 5th. Look at the gap they got between Ben Cosgrave and Valtteri there. I mean, 5 seconds almost. Yeah, he's got a penalty, 1.5 seconds. Yeah, 1.5 seconds. That's going to compromise him. So that will 7th, 8th, and 9th. Will capitalise now, but we've got Mutt looking down the right of Visho there into the right hairpin. Will he make this move stick? No, he doesn't. He just backs out of it at the last moment. But down we go. James Harden, because of that penalty, what he had, he's burnt it off within the 2 laps. He's down to 11th. Fat Pickles Bro in 12th. Like I said, 2nd in League 2. McCready 13th, Bazinga 14th. So up we go quickly. KB. 3.2 second gap now. We've got Fubiki in 2nd, still raining wherever he is. Lesteno in 3rd, battling away now with Chris. Chris is he wants that position back, Chris. He's like, no, come here, I want it back. But he's got to be wary of Valtteri as well. I know they were teammates in season 4 and they are still teammates in this race. A race of champions, who can get that 1st position and who can get the top manufacturer spot as well. But Valtteri
Did you notice there, Lesteno went slightly defensive to start with into the NGK chicane, literally just to say to Chris, just don't think about it. He didn't go fully defensive, he just sort of moved his car slightly to the left momentarily, just to say, look, we're going to lose time here if we battle, let's just focus on. But Chris is having none of it, is looking up the inside into turn 1.
He is. Will he get this move done? No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. But he has got Valtteri behind. Just what I mean, Valtteri is capitalising from this. Because Valtteri in 5th, he's now right at the rear end of his teammate there in the Mercedes in 4th. They were a Mercedes, sorry. They're in the Mazda Tenza tonight. But Fubiki in 2nd. Lesteno, he seems to be on the mission right about now. He's put his foot down slightly. Let's go on board with Lesteno. Can he get this move done? Because Chris behind. Chris likes saving fuel as well. He does what LS Deno is doing at Fat Pickles Bro, and he's quite good at it as well. So no, LS Deno doesn't get that move done yet. So Ben Cosgrave and Sip still 1.4 second penalty above his car, but Phil's just sitting behind saying, mate, wherever you burn that off, I'll just get that position from you and Sip.
Position, thank you very much.
Yeah, that's it. Martin 8th. Wildcard entry, like I said. MLA, the Ferrari lover there in 9th. Visho in 10th behind MLA. Now I'm quite surprised to see this because it's normally Visho ahead of MLA, like it was in League 3 in quite a few races. But now it's MLA in front of Visho. So that just shows, you know, the driver capability in different cars. And we got Fat Pickles Bro in 11th, James Harbour, Macreeda. James Harbour, he's there or thereabouts, but he keeps getting penalties. It is affecting him. Macreeda 13th, Bazinga 14th. Oh, we go quickly. Oh, here we go.
Side by side once again with Chris.
But Fubiki, because of that, it's got half a second penalty. With Fubiki defending, he's got a penalty because of that. So yeah, LS Deno will capitalise from this again. Will Chris as well? Will Valtteri follow on through? Because Fubiki, like I said, within 2 laps, get rid of that penalty if you can. Yeah, he pulls to the right. Inside. Yeah. LS Deno is looking. Wow. LS Deno is going for that move onto Fubiki there. But that second position, they both run deep. They both run deep into the entry of that first right-hander there. Yeah, so LS Deno to second. Fubiki now down to 5th. Valtteri up to 4th. CJW Racing, Chris Wall up to 3rd. Where he was anyway. So LS Deno now, teammates 1 and 2. This is how they were. Sorry. I'll
tell you what's happening here is LS Deno is like, KB is getting a decent gap here. I need to try and chase him down. I can't let him run away with this. That is, I reckon that's what's going through his mind right now.
Yes, but like you know, they got switched to the racing mediums. It is mandatory to go onto the racing mediums. When they choose to do that, I don't know. A few may just run it for 4 laps, 4 to the end. We don't know, but things will unfold as they always do in racing. And James Harbour and Fat Pickles were there, batting it out for 11th and 12th. Fat Pickles were half second penalty above his car. Macreeda behind James Harbour in 13th. And Bazinga, unfortunately, is way back now in 14th position. Out we go. Let's quickly scroll through because KB now.
Have a look at Phil's fuel gauge. He's saved an insane amount of fuel there in 7th spot.
This is what I forgot to say. Phil as well, along with his teammate, they were the fuel specialists. Wherever they, hence why Phil's here now, because he can run a fuel tank for what in the 50-minute endurance. He can run it for what 35 minutes on a full tank. That's how much he can save. It's quite impressive.
LS Deno is currently edging a little bit of a gap now on Chris in 3rd, and now Valtteri is looking for a way by. You can see he's got a little bit of an attacking driving there as LS Deno tries to break the slipstream. Just about, Chris is just about in as Ben now comes into the pits for a set of soft tyres.
Yeah, so 15 minutes in, 15 minutes gone, 15 minutes left of this race. Yeah, now, right about now, between now and the 10-minute mark, you will see cars starting to pit, changing tyre compounds. Like I said, it is mandatory. Fubiki runs it a bit deep there onto that green AstroTurf. Can get very slippy out there. But yeah, pit stops will be happening right about now. Not for all, but for some. Phil in 6th, Mutt in 7th, Visho in 8th. He has got past MLA. Fat Pickles Bro in 10th with James Harbour in 11th. So Macreeda up to 12th. Runs it a bit deep there, very unfortunate. Ben Cosgrove in 13th. And Bazinga in 14th position. First one to pit by the looks of it. Let's quickly go through and have a look. Yeah, I think
Bazinga
so.
Bazinga and Ben were both pitted. I'm surprised the medium runner drivers hadn't actually pitted a little bit earlier to try and get a little bit more time on the soft tyres. But they've done more time in these cars than I have, so they know more than what I do sitting here in my chair.
I mean, fastest lap of the race so far is KB at 2:03.829. LS Deno with Chris behind him still, with Valtteri as well. Fubiki isn't out of it either. Fubiki still with that penalty ahead. He must get rid of it before the end of this lap. Mutt in 6th, Phil in 7th, Visho in 8th. So we've got 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th coming into a bit of a battle now. James Harvin unfortunately is falling back now from MLA, who's in 9th.
Mutt goes wide. Sorry, Phil goes wide. Phil goes wide on the exit there, on the left, on the right hand.
Let's pick that up quickly on the replay. With Phil now, let's see where he goes wrong. Is it same places as Macreeda?
Yes, it is.
Wow, so that tyre wear's come into effect now for a few drivers. Out we go quickly because we've got KB still leading the way, 13 minutes to go this race. LS Steno in 2nd. Got a bit of a gap to Chris there in 3rd. But Chris closes it under braking. Valtteri in 4th. Fubuki still there in 5th. Still that 0.4 second penalty. Mutt in 6th. Doing a really good job. He did use the VWs, the Shocker and the B-Tool. Vito up to 7th. MLA with penalty now. It's through that final chicane, I think, Adam. I think that's where they're picking them up. We've got Phil in 9th. We've got Ben in 10th. People pitting, James Harbour, Fat Pickles Pro and Macreeda. Bazinga, like we've seen, he did pit. So, who do you think, Adam, who's going to pit first out of bypass.com? Or who's going to pit out of these first 5 drivers? Do you think they'll come in together? Or do you think one will stay out and try and do that extra lap just to increase that?
I think they're going to come in together. I think maybe the drivers towards the back of the group might try and do an overcut on the softer compound of tyres. But I think LS Steno will follow in KB. I reckon they probably sort of decide between them what lap to go in, what lap time they think will be the time where they need to come in. I think LS Steno will have a slight gap on this group because he does have more fuel over the rest of them. It's going to be very interesting to see sort of how much, because they might just fuel up a little bit extra just so they can go flat out for the last stint. So it'll be interesting to see if
KB's coming in. KB's coming in now. LS Steno's coming through the final. Sorry to interrupt. LS Steno's coming through. He chooses to pit as well. Chris chooses to pit. Like you say, they all pit at the same time. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th. Wow.
Fubuki's got rid of his penalty now as well.
Yep. Mutt chooses to stay out. So he will take the lead of this race. He could go
VLA's had some sort of issue there. He was ghosted for a second and Phil's got past. Sorry, MLA, not VLA, MLA. So
MLA?
What happened to MLA? Yeah. He was ghosted coming into the pits.
Yeah, he's getting rid of his penalty.
Oh, right, okay.
On replay now. So then, Mutt takes the lead of this race. KB comes out in 2nd on the racing mediums. Let's see, he might choose to run it to the end, the racing mediums. I'm not sure.
Where's Ben going to come across compared to everyone else? Because he's now got fresh soft tyres and he is just going to be trying to go flat out and seeing. He's up into 6th. He's jumped Valtteri as well.
He's jumped one of them.
He's now going to be chasing down Fubuki. He's going to be around a second or so faster. So this is now, how far can Ben get up this grid?
Yeah, you've got Visho and James Harbour banning now. They're both on the race. James is actually on the racing softs. Visho on the racing medium. So James will be faster than Visho there. Fat Picklesway, what does he come out on? Racing softs, MLA. Yeah. So some of them are now on racing mediums. But Mutt, 9-second lead now. I know he will lose that in the pit stops. But KB in 2nd. The guy that won at the Race of Champions at the end of season 3. Currently in 2nd. He will resume the lead of this race once Mutt pits, which will be very, very soon. We've got LS Steno in 3rd. Chris has lost a bit of time in that pit stop. He's 1.6 seconds back now from LS Steno. Fubuki 1.6 as well. Ben 4.6 seconds behind Fubuki. Valtteri, he'll be looking to gain up to Ben as well in that 6th. He'll be looking to get up there if he can. Phil on the racing mediums as well. James Harbour racing softs, Visho. So yeah, it's I think the last sort of 5 minutes, it's all gonna start to kick off. That's where I can see it. Now Mutt has got a penalty through that final chicane, and he's going into the pits now to change his tyres.
is closing up to MLA, so I think we've got a move here coming from Creeder on MLA. We've got a disappointing start to the race. He was up there in about 6th or 7th on the grid, and I don't know what happened at the start. But he's up the inside. We'll turn to the outside into the NGK chicane, but he's got the move done, I think.
MLA won't give up. MLA won't give up though. He'll still be there, but he does get that move done, McCreeder.
Just on those grippier tyres, just able to brake that little bit later. As Mutt and Valtteri, why is Valtteri pitting again? Oh, we pitted onto the wrong tyres. Valtteri pitted onto the wrong tyres.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
So that's going to cost him massively. He might, depending where Bazinga is. Bazinga's there. Valtteri's in last position now. He was up there.
That's
wow.
With those new pit stop times.
Yeah. With
those new massively long pit stop times, if you make a mistake in those pit stops, you've had it. So he's got to try and get past Bazinga and then see if he can catch all the rest of the drivers. But it's a big ask. Apart from Bazinga, the next driver is 8 seconds ahead. It's a lot of time to gain up in such a short amount of time.
I know. I think he's going to be beating himself up in that car. He's thinking, what have I done? He will get Bazinga. MLA, like you say, is a bit too far up the road. MLA's there, coming down to that right hairpin. But up the way we go. KB, a 2:03.829, still the fastest lap. 6.5 second lead over his teammate LS Steno in second. Chris is in third. He's 1.4 seconds behind LS Steno. Will Chris be looking to push it towards the last bits of this race? I don't know. I think they will stay on the racing mediums, Adam. That's the way I'm seeing it.
I think they will as well, because you just lose way too much time in the pit stops. So I think they're all going to stay on the racing mediums. LS Steno is edging in KB, but it's not going to be enough unless KB makes any sort of mistake.
But James Harben up to 7th now. So James Harben has put his foot down as well. He's up to 7th.
Yes.
He was in 11th. But Ben Cosgrove, I'm keeping an eye on Ben Cosgrove for the minute, because he's 14 seconds away from the leader. 6 minutes to go. I know it's quite a big ask to get up to KB there in first position, but could he catch 3rd and 4th? Chris is going around the...
I think he might. I think he's probably going to catch Fubikit. It's whether he's going to catch up to Chris or LS Steno. But also keep an eye on James, because James has just caught up to Phil, so I think we're going to have a move coming up here soon with the silver black duck livery there.
He's just bringing it on towards the final bit of this race. 5 minutes to go this race. James has decided to put his foot down now and try and get a few extra positions there for him. So Mutt with a penalty there. Fat Pickles right behind Mutt. Both in League 2.
Looking for a move. And Phil's got up the inside. Goes Fat Pickles Bro. Can he get the move done? Mutt's trying to
very
nice.
The
outside.
Yeah, very nice move. Very nice move there for Fat Pickles Row, got to admit, around the outside there. So
I thought Mutt was going to be able to get him back there into the right hand, but couldn't quite.
James now up to 6th. We had Phil had a penalty there. He burnt that penalty off. Now James up to 6th. He's 9.5 seconds away from Ben Cosgrove in 5th. I think Ben's got that 5th at the minute for that 5th position, but Fubiki, Ben has got a penalty as well, 0.7 seconds above his car. Fubiki in 4th. Chris has broke away now from Fubiki in 3rd. LS Steno has got a bit, he's pulled out a little bit over to Chris there, 1.8 second gap now, but KB is in a world of his own at the front, 6.6 second lead. So yeah, Chris and so the two byparcel.com racing teammates, first and second.
In the lovely blue and orange livery there.
Yeah. LS Steno. Chris, so 4 minutes to go. Can Chris get to the back of LS Steno? He's got enough fuel. He hasn't got a lot of wear in them tyres. He's broke away from Fubuki by quite a bit. Ben in 5th. Ben 3.3 second gap to Fubuki in 4th. James Harben 9.5 seconds back now from Ben. Fat Pickles Bro in 7th. He's gaining rapidly to the back of James, to be honest with you. So Fat Pickles Bro may get that 6th position. This is what I mean. Towards the final part of this race, it's all gonna unfold. He's shown. Sorry, Adam.
Fat Pickles Bro has slightly more fuel. I think James is going to have to do a little bit of fuel saving there, just to make sure he gets it to the end, because he's got the least fuel out of everyone, it looks like, apart from Phil there in 8th. But I think, like you said before, Phil is very good at his fuel saving. So
yeah. I think James Harmon is realising Fat Pickles Bro is gaining to the back of him. It's under a second now between 6 and 7. Let me quickly go down and see if anything else is unfolded. Phil on Mutt 8th and 9th. Phil's breaking away slowly. Visho in 10th, coming under pressure from Macreeda, the League 3. Did he get that move done? Oh, he's still there on the inside. In the inside of Visho.
Visho's going to have the inside though for the Schumacher S's.
Oh, he just backs out.
Yeah, you don't want to go side by side with the Schumacher S's. It's a very difficult thing to do. And such a fast corner, it's very difficult to go side by side through there. But Macreeda will now be reverting to his attention to Phil and Mutt, because again, he is on the softer compound of tyres.
We've got Valtteri and Bazinga battling it out. Yeah, I don't know. Mutt, like you say, he's sitting behind Phil there. Mutt is on a mission at this moment in time. Through the final chicane, just don't run it too deep. Yeah, Phil slowed it right up going for that chicane. His entry was all wrong. Can Mutt capitalise? Can he dive down the right? He may not. No, he just. Oh, he will actually. He's going down the right of Phil.
Oh,
side by side.
Just left the door wide open there. He just went a bit wide. So here we go. Who's going to get the whole shot into turn 1?
Let me just have a look at tyre compounds. Both say. Mutt.
Yeah, they're both on mediums.
Phil breaks later than Mutt. Mutt's got the better engine. Phil's still around the outside. Still side by side. Still side by side. Still side by side. Phil just gets it the advantage, but Mutt gives him a kiss to the rear saying, have that, mate.
Is he going to look for the inside through here? No, he's not. I was wondering if he was going to go for a freaky switchback move, but the more these guys battle, the closer Macreeda gets. It's going to be a three-way battle for 8.
Right, I need to get up to the front because we are on the final lap of this race, I think. So KB, no, yeah, no, he'll get another lap in. Adam, is that correct? I think he will.
I reckon he will. Yes, yes, he will.
Chris is now, yeah, Chris has fallen back a bit now from LS Steno, 2.8 second gap. Fubiki in 4th, Ben Cosgrove in 5th, 1.7 second penalty. He has had quite a few penalties during this race. James Harmon in 6th. Fat Pickles Bro, still around about 2nd. Mutt and Phil. Mutt has got by Phil again. Macreeda's looking at the inside of Phil there. So these are battling it out. I need to get up to the front. Yeah, KB will do another lap. Likewise, LS Steno. I'm not sure about Chris. So Macreeda just. Yeah, Chris will.
I think it's going to be everyone apart from James is going to. I think James is going to be the first person to finish.
Okay.
Yes, he will.
Yeah. So Fubiki's still raining wherever he is with the wipers on. Ben coming round now in 5th. James, yeah. James, like you say, he will be the first to finish this race. He brought it on towards the end of the race, likewise Fat Pickles Bro, but it's just a little bit too late. So James Hart, no, he wouldn't. He might do an extra lap actually.
It's going to be close. It's going to be close. I think they're both getting it.
Yeah, so Mutt
finishing in 8th.
Well, you talk him through. I'll go to the front.
And Macreeda in 10th. Visho in 11th. MLA comes home in 12th. Valtteri just about beats Bazinga to 13th, and 14th is Bazinga.
So Fat Pickles and James Harmon banding out for that 6th position. Who's going to come out on top there? So there's your finishers there. Quickly go through. We've got Phil, Macreeda.
I'll let you know when KB gets to the end.
Visho, MLA, Valtteri, Bazinga. Valtteri had to pit again. A bit of a mix up there in tyres. But up we go quickly because we've got James Harmon and Fat Pickles Row still batting out for 6th and 7th. Like I said, these two have brought it on a bit too late towards the end of the race, but KB now is not got too far to go, but Fat Pickles Road breaks a little bit late there Yeah, he's missed that apex, but he's still in the slipstream of James Harden, under half a second now. Can Fat Brooksboro get this move done? I don't think he will. I think James Harden will defend. I will go up to the front now.
So KB is now coming up to the NGK chicane. It is going to be the German.
Fat Brooksboro's looking for the... Oh, so KB battered at the start, but gained that advantage, and he's had it ever since. 7-second lead over El Esteno. KB in the Mazda Atenza GR4 four-wheel drive is your winner of race number 1 of 2. So well done, KB in first. El Esteno crossing the line in second. Gave a good fight there, but he's in second. Chris in third. Very well done to Chris and El Esteno. Fubaki in fourth. Ben Cosgrove in fifth. Jake. Oh, what's happened here? What's happened here? So they're headed towards the final chicane. Fat Picklesbury's on the outside. Let's go to Fat Picklesbury. What goes on here? Massive drama at the final chicane. James Harben down to 7th. Oh, Fat Picklesbury breaks a bit late. He hits into James Harben and they finish. I don't know why it's gone up to there. So James Harben in 6th, Fat Picklesbury in 7th. Looked like they had a bit of a coming together at the end.
Yeah,
but for
basically what happened, I was watching it, what happened is you had James up the... Sorry. One of them was up the inside of the other, and the person on the outside went a little bit deep and went off the track. And then while they were off the track, they accidentally wiped out the other driver.
Oh, it's very unfortunate. But what an outstanding race that was, you know. There's battles from start to finish. But we'll go through the final results of that race of the Group 4 category. So your winner of that race was KB from Bypass.com Racing. El Esteno, his teammate, in second. Then we have Chris. Chris, pull it on at the beginning, but just died away towards the end of the race. He's in third, but gave a good showing. So all points do matter. Fubaki in fourth. Ben Cosgrove up to fifth. James Harben with them both playing in the park towards the end of the race, 6th and 7th. So James Harben in 6th, Fat Picklesbury in 7th. Mutt in 8th, him and Phil back out towards the end of the race. Mutt in 8th, Phil in 9th. Macreada in 10th. He gave it a go towards the end, but he just didn't quite do it. Macreada in 10th, Visho in 11th, MLA in 12th, Valtteri, very unfortunate for Valtteri there, in 13th. Bazinga in 14th position. That's your final results of this race. We head on to Suzuka now. That's the Group 3 category. It's the Mazda Vision RS. Is it the RX concept car? The one that sounds like an aeroplane. Adam will do 2 laps while we're in the interval. So while we're in the interval, Adam will do 2 laps if he's okay with doing that, and if he has the car. He'll talk through the certain bits of the track, certain corners, what not to do and what to do. So we're going to Adam now, when he's ready. When I can actually see. There we are. So I'll wait for you to come out on track. Then we will do an onboard lap with Visho there. All rules are in this as well. We've got the GR3 category now. These cars sound really nice. They're very loud. So racing mediums, racing softs must be run. Are you out on track? You are. You're in third. They're so loud. They're really loud. So would you like me in car, out car? Up to you.
You can go in car if you want. Right, so
I'll go bonnet view. Bonnet view.
Yes, that's what I normally use.
Over to you. Thank you.
So now we come into, I think these are the S's, and it's all about balancing the car, using the brake to get the nose in, and using the gears as well. And now swinging into Dunlop. But watch the understeer on the exit through here, because it's so easy to go slightly too wide there, and then you end up just being dragged into the gravel, through into Degger, one brake just before the 50-metre brake board, and then once again into 2, and braking just before the AstroTurf on the outside, braking at the curb there, down into first, then in nice and late, up to second mid-corner, nicely on the throttle. Thank you, Chris, for letting me by there. So now we come towards Spoon curve. Once again, very easy track, easy place to go wide. So through part 1, and just watch going wide through there. is as soon as you go too wide, you get dragged out to the outside, and then through Spoon, second part of Spoon, and down this back straight towards 130R. A very, very easy corner to get wrong this. Quick brake, back on the throttle, and let it run wide to the curb. Don't overrun it again. Brake just before the 100-meter board, down into second, get the curb there, and take a lot of curb through there. Squeeze on the power, up through the gears to complete the outlap. This is a very technical circuit, and through a lot of these corners, if you make the slightest error, it can really penalise you. Brake just before the 50-meter board through turn 1. And don't run it wide there as LSO does in front of us. Now through into the S's. Slight dab on the brakes just to get the nose in, and then just playing with the throttle and the brake just to get the car to do what you want it to do. Second apex through there, swinging into Dunlop, clicking the curb on the power nicely. Watch for the understeer there once again. And now into Degner 1, brake just before the 50-meter board, and then brake at the end of the curb there. A little bit wide from me there. I'm going to take the inside curb. Into the hairpin, brake just about now, midway through the curb, down into first, up to second mid-corner, and apply the throttle. And now towards Spoon curve. So braking by the tarmac just there, a little bit earlier than that. A little bit earlier than the tarmac on the right hand side, and then apply the throttle on the exit. 2 more corners to go, 130R and the bus stop. And 2 of the most important corners of this circuit as well. Slight down the brakes through 130R, and then straight back on the power, braking just before the 100-meter board in the bus stop, clipping both curbs, apply the power, and to shorten the run, keep right towards the line, and that is a lap around Suzuka.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you. Right, going back to the rules of this race, it's the same as a Group 4, but this time around we don't have 10 minutes qualification. We do have reverse grid, so slowest at the front, fastest to the rear. So it's for KB and LS Deno, Chris to fight their way through. I don't know. How was this car around that track, Adam? Was it challenging? Was it very, very back-endy? Or what?
It felt quite nice, to be fair. You don't want a car that understeers around this circuit, because it really does punish you through corners like Dunlop on the exit of and through the S's, and you don't feel too much of that. And on the throttle through the hairpin, it felt like it could go loose, especially on the harder compound tyres. And if you don't get the shift right, because you upshift a little bit early to try and reduce the wheel spin, if you don't get that right, you might just go for a little bit of a sideways moment on the exit. So, but it feels like a nice car to drive.
Now I think these cars around this track is going to be very challenging for a few of them. Like I said, reverse grid always brings up surprises, you know. Because for KB and that to battle their way through, I know driver ability is all different. Everyone drives differently, races differently, but I'm quite fascinated because we've got the likes of McCreeder to the rear, who will be starting at the front, and the likes of MLA as well. And we've got Valtteri. Don't forget Valtteri. Valtteri has got pace as well to run up the front. He as well will be one to watch. But like we say,
starting on the front row.
I know, 30-minute race, anything can happen. Like I say, they have got a pit. They got to do the compounds, the racing mediums, racing soft, minimum of 3 laps. It's the same again, 4 and 3, tyre depletion 4, fuel 3. So yeah, let's just get this race underway because I'm so looking forward to it. KB's got the advantage, and byparcel.com Racing are currently leading the way as well. We start at 50, so we start at 10 to 10. Not too long to go. Phil, Phil as well. Let's see how much fuel he can save this time around in this car. So at the moment in time, KB at 1:59.532. Battling away there with Ben Cosgrove. Macreeda, and like I said, he will start at the front. Let's see how he gets on. Mutt as well. Like in the first race, I couldn't call it, and for the fast guys to be at the back, the ones that won second, third, and first, second, and third. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know how it's going to go.
I think the front runners, I think they're going to start off on the medium tyre. And just, I might be wrong on that statement, but I think it is a difficult place to overtake around here. There's not really many overtaking opportunities. Turn 1 is one of them. 130R, if you get a good run, and it can be alongside the 4, because there's no braking zone there, you can't get them on the brakes, where in turn 1 you sort of can. Those are really the only places you can get an overtake done, and with these being GT3 cars rather than GT4 cars now, the dirty air is more impactful. So you can get more of an impact with the dirty air in these cars. Yeah.
I mean, can you just listen for a second? Let's listen with Fat Pickles, mate. Let's just listen to this car for a minute, heading down this straight towards 130R. Let's just be quiet for like a second, just listen to this car. They just sound awesome. And 14,
like
14 cars heading down towards that first turn. The noise is going to be immense. It's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be phenomenal. We've got 3 minutes to go to start the race, but already it's just, you know, you got goosebumps on your arms and that, you know, because you can hear the cars go around. Like Dave said, close your eyes. It sounds like older F1 race, and it does, you know, like you say. It's a good choice of car. I've got to say, I've never ever. I've done it in one race, but apart from that, I've just left it alone. James Harben there in 10th. He's not choosing to go out and have a warm up. But yeah, look, they're just starting KB out the pits. Listen to that roar.
So James Harben and Macreeda both on the medium tyres. What's KB on? He's currently on the softs. How long we got left until the start of the race?
2 minutes.
2 minutes. KB's doing a practice start at the moment, so I think KB's going to be starting on those soft tyres.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to practice start on the wrong sets of tyres, or the set of tyres, because every set of tyres is slightly different on how to do practice starts. And El Esteno is also on the soft tyres, so they'll be looking for an early charge.
Yeah. Because, you know, this track, it has a lot of history of offs. Let's see if everyone can keep it on track this evening. You know, it's going to be a big ask, but it's going to be challenging as well. 30-minute endurance ahead. Like I say, pit stops will happen. When? We don't know. And they may happen as the same as the last race, around the 13-minute mark. Some are choosing to start in racing mediums, like TKM Spada said. That's Adam, who's my co-commentator this evening. It's been pretty good, mate, to be honest with you. And it's a pleasure having you in the commentary box. So yeah, Macreeda on the racing medium. Like Adam said, some are starting on a racing medium, so watch out for them. And like he said as well, the racing softs, the people on the racing softs will be looking to push just to get that bit of an advantage. We've got one. Well, we should be starting now. We're dead on 10 to 10. Let's see who can get the perfect start. Let's see if they can all keep it on track to that first right-hander. Because it is very tricky down there. Because if you run it wide onto that Astro, because that Astro is very, very slippery, it will just spin your rear end out and you'll go into that sand. But yeah, apart from that, Adam, don't know, mate. I have no idea.
I am just having a look through the tyres. Chris will be looks like he's starting on the medium tyres. So he's just decided to go different from the Bayer Pass School drivers. So this is going to be... I think Terry is going to get at least a podium this race.
Yes.
I personally, if I was starting at the back, where the bypass, I would personally go on the mediums. That would be my tyre of choice.
I mean, it's a bit late now because we're starting the race.
Yes, we're starting the race.
So the tyres they're on is the tyres they start with and the tyres they use before they pit. And when they pit, they got to swap compound. So Bazinga, Valtteri, MLA, your top three. Reverse grid, slowest at the front, fastest to the rear. Let's see how KB, Steno and Chris get on. Can they make it through? So who'll get a perfect start? I don't know. I haven't seen these cars get off of the line yet, so it'd be very, very interesting. It should be okay. But who will get that first position down to the first corner? He'll get away nice. Bazinga as well. Valtteri in second, heading down towards that first corner. Will he get first position as he enters it? He does indeed. Valtteri in the lead of this race. Bazinga runs it a bit wide. Bazinga, what? This is what I mean. You touch.
Off in the background.
Yeah, well. they're hitting that AstroTurf, and it is costing them. This is what I mean. You hit that AstroTurf, it will spin that car out. So the 13th and 14th in the race at the moment, both ran wide.
Also gone off.
It's just all Fat Pickles, bro. Where are you? Fat Pickles, bro, in 14. Let's have a look at that. Did he run? Did he go off track? Oh, a bit of a nudge there. Bit of a nudge there on the replay from McCready there, side by side. So yeah, Fat Pickles were in the gravel with a bit of contact there from McCready. Valtteri leading.
McCready's off through the Degners. Not yeah, the Degners.
Oh, action, James Harmon! Wow, what is going on? Fellas, it's a 30-minute race, not a 30-second race. James Harmon there. He seems to get collected. He got collected by someone, I'm not sure who. Let's have a look. Looking to the rear there of James Harmon. Chris it was. Very unfortunate indeed. Just clipped his rear end slightly, and that has now cost James Harmon. A bit of contact there from Chris to the rear. So out we go. Valtteri's laughing at all this. It's 1.5 second gap now over MLA. Visho in third. We got Phil in fourth. Side by side almost with Visho. Heading up towards 130R, but don't count out Steno because Steno is now up to 6th, Adam. He's made his way up.
From Steno. What a start.
Side by side by 130R, Visho and Phil, side by side, heading towards the final chicane, the bus stop chicane, who come out top, still side by side, Visho pulls it out, Mutt gives it, Phil clips to the rear. Nice and easy does it, boys. We've got a long way to go in this race. Steno, because of this, he might capitalise, but we've got Phil behind. Mutt behind Phil, heading down the start-finish straight, side by side. Who will come out on top? Mutt is looking around the outside. One way to do it, he just backs out of it. Phil and fourth. Steno dives. In the inside, and he gets that fifth. Little bit of glitch in there from Steno as he goes through. Out we go quickly. So we've got McCready.
Mutt's lagging a bit.
McCready and Ben Cosgrove side by side. We've got a 3-car battle, 7th, 8th and 9th. KB up to 9th. Ben Cosgrove still. McCready still side by side. KB will get that 8th position. He just gives McCready a little bit of nothing coming through, mate. And whether you like it or not. So Ben Cosgrove in 7th. KB in 8th. McCready's falling back now. It's all going off in this race, Adam.
To be fair, McCready is on those medium tyres, so he is going to fall back, especially as he's got the quicker drivers behind him. Steno up to 5th, so Steno is looking out of the drivers who finished at the front on the last race. He's looking ideal. How is Chris getting on those medium tyres? Well, he's made a little bit of progress. He's up into 10th. What's Fubicki on? Fubicki's also on those medium tyres. And you look at the distance between Chris and KB, it's not much. So that's the thing, getting stuck in traffic on those soft tyres, you're just wasting those soft tyres. And KB still can't. Oh, he's gone sideways. KB nearly loses it.
And he keeps it together. Keeps it together. Yeah, Valtteri he's laughing in that car. He's got a 2.2 second gap now over MLA in second. MLA's breaking away from Visho in third. We've got Phil behind, and we've got Steno in the mix now. We've got Mutt slowly catching up to Steno in sixth. Who's ran it wide there? McCready ran it really wide. Oh, someone's gone off. Ben's gone off. Ben ran 130R. Yeah, got it all wrong onto that green slippery Astro stuffy. Mumble words there, Darren. Come on. It's very exciting this, right? He runs it a bit too wide. Clips that Astro, and he's gone. He's gone, Adam. He's gone.
James just went right through the chicane there. James just got
Oh, Phil, Visho, and KB 3 wide down there. Oh, Phil has lost out big time. Back on the replay we go. All action. I'm on board with Phil now. KB to the right. Visho up ahead. We've got Alesteno. Alesteno in third, giving KB the slipstream there. Does Phil get it all wrong by himself? Or 3 into 1, and Phil comes off worse. Out we go quickly. Phil's got it all to do now because we've got Valtteri, 2.4 second gap now over MLA. Alesteno's fallen away from MLA in second. MLA and Valtteri are pulling away now, Adam.
Valtteri has got himself a 5-second gap. How's everyone looking on fuel? So Valtteri's got a little bit more than MLA and is matching Alesteno and KB. That's crucial.
Oh, Chris down the inside of Visho there. Will he get that move done? He doesn't. Visho just keeps it ahead in 6th position there. We've got Fubiki behind. Fubiki's in the mix behind Chris there. But Makrita in 9th, so to make his way up. Fat Pickles Pro 10th. Yeah, so I want to concentrate on Chris and Fubiki and Visho. Batting away. Chris down the inside. Oh, free wide. Nice and easy, does it? Oh, Fubiki right through the middle. Right through the middle there. Let's have a look on board at that. I've got to go back to that replay. I'm sorry. I've got to go back on with Fubiki. That was outstanding overtake there. Takes both of them. He sees that gap. It's like, oh, I'm coming on through. And he gets that move done. It's like, hello, goodbye. Nice to see you. What a move from Fubiki there. Outstanding move. Valtteri, 2.8 second gap now. I'm getting ahead of myself now, Adam. This race is phenomenal. Alesteno in 3rd. We've got KB in 4th. Mutt in 5th. Fubiki in 6th. Like we see that move just now. Absolutely outstanding. Visho in 7th. Chris in 8th now. Makrita in 9th. Fat Pickles in 10th. Phil in 12th after that coming together, and he went off for the first corner. James Harbour with that coming together as well, down to 13th, very unfortunate. And Ben going off after 130R. So up the front we go. We've got Valtteri now, 2.9 second lead, 2.8 over MLA. But Alesteno has caught. He's took almost 2 seconds out of MLA there. Wow.
And also Valtteri, MLA's sort of matched Valtteri's time, but Alesteno has just got his foot down, and also he's dragging KB with him. What's Fubiki and Chris doing time-wise? Because that is
201.444 for Fubiki. Visho with 203.221, and Chris at 201.387. So Alesteno 159.095 fastest lap. He's in the way. Oh, and he's to the rear of MLA there. They're side by side, and KB's behind MLA there. Will the two Parcel.com racing teammates get MLA? Will they head into? Oh, bit of contact there. Bit of contact there from Alesteno and MLA. Will KB follow his teammate through? He is indeed following his teammate through. They get that move done. So MLA loses 2 into 1. So by Parcel.com Racing, KB and Alesteno now up to 2nd. Now they got to chase down Valtteri in 1st position. But it's a 4-second gap between Alesteno and Valtteri there. So KB will be looking to work with Alesteno to get up to the back of Valtteri. Down we go quickly. We've got MLA down to 4th. We've got Mutt in 5th. Pulled away now from Fubiki. Visho in 7th. Chris in 8th. These two are batting it out now through 130R. Can Chris get it down up to the bus stop chicane? He's looking. No, he just backs out of it, thinks better of it. Makrita in 9th. Pat Pickles in 10th. Phil in 11th. James Harbour in 12th. Gained a position. But Ben Cosgrove in 14th. Who has retired from this race? Is that Bazinga? Bazinga has retired. Oh, KB takes 2nd off of Alesteno. I think that was a bit of teamwork there. Alesteno just letting KB on through. So KB
wants that slipstream for some fuel saving.
Yes, yeah. It's just been heated from the start, Adam. It's been absolutely phenomenal racing by all.
It's not finished yet as well, because Fubiki and Chris will be coming back to these guys in the second stint.
Yeah, they're not out of it.
Goes purple in the first sector.
Wow, 21 minutes to go of this race, and I can feel my voice going already. It always happens. Alesteno in 3rd. KB, yeah, I think KB now will pull Alesteno along like you say. But then MLA's still there or thereabouts in 4th. Mutt in 5th. Fubiki in 6th. So Mutt's doing a really good job at the minute. I know we're only 10 minutes into this race. Fubiki in 6th. Visho in 7th. Chris in 8th. Visho's pulling away slightly from Chris in 8th. Fat Pickles Bro in 9th. Let's see what he can do. Bakrida in 10th, League 3 champion. Phil in 11th, after that coming off. James Harbin in 12th. Ben Cosgrove in 13th. And we've had one retirement from the race, which is Bazinga. Very unfortunate indeed, but at least
we've got off. Someone's off. MLA's off.
Oh,
from the second part of Spoon.
Let's pick that up on the replay.
No.
MLA in 4th position. I know he had Muck gaining behind him, but he gets it a bit wide on that Astro, and it clips the rear end out, and he loses it straight into the barrier. Does he pick up damage? No, he's damage free there, so he's lucky to get away with that. So, Valtteri, 2.3 second lead now. It was 4, Adam. So KB, 1.5 seconds out of Valtteri there.
Just to let you know, Ben has now pitted. He's pitted onto the soft tyres, and Makrida, Fubiki, Chris stays out, but Makrida and Fubiki both hitting for those softer compound of tyres.
Very interesting indeed. Do you think it's a bit too early for the racing softs?
To be honest, I think that's probably, looking at the tyre wear comparing to everyone else, I think that's about the right time.
Yeah.
And we're 10 minutes in, and KB and LS Deno are still improving on their time. So I think, yes, I think it's not too early, and they want to try and get it on those tyres as early as possible, so they can try and bridge the gap to their competitors. Yeah,
I understand. I just thought 20-minute mark was a bit too soon, but I get what you're saying. Ben Cosgrove there on the racing softs in 13th. Let's see what he can do. He's got the fresh set of tyres compared to the rest. Valtteri's about 1.5 second gap now, Adam, to KB. So KB is slowly but fastly gaining to the back of Valtteri first.
He's also broken the slipstream to LS Deno behind him. He's broken that crucial 3/4 of a second mark. So he's not actually dragging LS Deno along. But as I say that, LS Deno is closing, so I think KB must be doing some fuel saving or something.
Yes.
Oh, he's wide for 130 up. Oh, can he
keep it? Almost what Ben Cosgrove done there through 130R. He kept it together there. Let's have a look at that again from KB's perspective. On board with KB, almost identical there to MLA, Ben Cosgrove. Oh, look at that control from KB there. Wow, how he managed to keep it on track, I don't know. But Valtteri, Chris now in the pits. Let's see what Chris can bring for the second half of this race. Phil in 7th now. The pit stops are slightly longer because of the last update. MLA in 8th. We've got Chris, like you said, and James Harbin in the pits. Fubiki in 11th. Let's see where Fubiki is. Going through the bus stop chicane, heading down towards the timing line now. Compared to James Harbin and that, where does he come out? James Harbin is yet to get to his pit. So Ben Cosgrove in 30. Ben Cosgrove, where does he come out in regards to? Yeah, so Chris is out now. Into 10th. Ben Cosgrove's coming down near the start-finish straight now. So yeah, Chris has got that jump over Ben Cosgrove there. With Ben Cosgrove going off, it has cost him quite a bit of time. KB and Esteno still trying to gain to the back of Valtteri. But fair play to Valtteri, you know. He's led it from the front, hasn't put a foot wrong. And he's there in first position. Can he keep it to the end? I don't know, because he has got the rapid Mr. KB behind. And Elesteno as well. He's still sitting at Elesteno. Mutt 6 seconds behind now of Elesteno. Visho in 5th. Fat Pickles Bro in 6th. Phil in 7th. MLA in 8th. Fubiki in 9th. Makrida in 10th. Coming under pressure now from Chris in 11th position. So Chris wants that move there off of Makrida. Can he get up to the back of Makrida? Around his left-hander. I don't know. He may be on the exit. Nah, Makrida. Good exit there from Makrida. Out we go, because we need to go to the front. Because I don't know when these... Sorry?
I'll tell you now, because Chris pitted a lap later than Makrida and Fubiki, he's actually lost the position to Makrida over the pit stop. That is just how much those fresh soft tyres are worth. He's lost the position there, so he's got work to do now.
Precisely. I really want Valtteri from the error at the previous race, the tyres. I know it's going to be a really, really big ask for Valtteri to do because he's got KB and LSA behind. But I think Valtteri will be looking for the win, and I think he will give up a good fight as well. Because on his day, he can.
He's got more fuel than KB behind him. He's got more fuel than KB. He just needs to keep it clean and then cut. I think he can do it. I think what KB needs to do is try and think of a way to actually jump him, because it's going to be a lot easier to jump him in the pit stops than in the on track round here. And Valtteri's got that in hand because he's got more fuel, just a little bit, but it's better than nothing.
See, Chris and Macreeder. Chris is 10th and he's still yet to pass Macreeder in 9th. I think Chris is just saving a bit more fuel behind Macreeder there. Because like you say, when Valtteri's got a little bit more fuel than KB.
MLA's off.
MLA's off again. Oh no.
The second Degner.
He was doing ever so well at the front as well.
Yeah.
You know, in second and then in 4th. Oh, just clips that grass on the exit. Oh, sorry, on the entry, sorry. And he just loses his rear end. Very unfortunate indeed. So out we go.
He is now in the toe of Valtteri. It's race on. It is.
Yeah. Equal fuel amount now. Equal fuel amount now for Valtteri and KB in first, second. LS Deno as well. The top three are almost identical. Valtteri into the pits. Oh. This is Valtteri doing this. Is he going to get the jump over KB and LS Deno? But then KB may put away from LS Deno. I don't know. I think Valtteri will be there or thereabouts. Mutt in third, doing a very, very good job in third position indeed. Fat Pickles Bro and Valtteri pit. Phil coming around the final turn now, headed towards the timing line. Phil will take that fourth because Fat Pickles Bro is yet. Well, they're at their pit stops now. Valtteri's still in the pits. KB's got that advantage now. What's it compared to Valtteri? Where does Valtteri come out? Well, it'd be a lot. Well, it'd be larger than that. Yeah, he's in 5th. It's saying 25 seconds, but I think it might. Yeah, it's about 25 seconds. That's right. Or is it? No, yeah, it's got to be about that, hasn't it, Adam?
Yes, with fuel. Now let's see. How much does KB have left in those tyres? This is important. Is he gonna box this lap, or is he gonna see if he can go out longer?
I mean, look, they're almost identical on tyre wear as well. LS Deno's got a bit less fuel than KB in first. Valtteri, in regards to Valtteri, he's on the racing mediums. I know these will have to go on the racing mediums as well, LS Deno and KB. But let's see what Valtteri can do, because remember, there was identical on fuel before Valtteri pitted. Valtteri hasn't refueled to the full tank. You don't have to. 12 minutes left. KB, do you think they'll come into the pits at the end of this lap, or do you think they'll stay out a little bit longer?
I'm not too sure, to be honest. The difficult part for these guys here is they don't know whether they're gapping or being caught by Valtteri. Do they pit? No. They stay out another lap. I've been watching the gap, and it has been edging out slightly.
Yeah.
It's edged out. I think.
Mutt's in the pits now. It was 23 when 24 when Valtteri come out, and it is 27 now. So it has increased by a few seconds. I want to quickly go down and have a look at the other drivers. Fubiki in 6th. We've got Macreeder batting side by side. Chris round the left there as they hit 130R. Chris there. Chris. On board with Chris now. Heading down the straight towards 130R. I just caught that at the last minute, Adam.
Yeah, I did as well. Literally, as you said that, I clicked onto it.
So yeah, it sounded like to me Macreeder just backed out of it slightly. But still, all points matter to Chris. So down we go quickly, because we have got Chris up to 6th, Macreeder 7th. Fat Pickles up to 8th. He's pitted as well. V-Show as well. Ben Cosgrove in 10th. Phil in 11th. James Harbin in 12th. Let's see what he could do, because like at the last race with James, he just brought it on towards the end of the race, like Fat Pickles Bro as well. MLA in the pits in 13th. Unfortunately, he's in last position now. KB and LS Steno. Do you think they'll go an extra lap, Adam?
I think they're going to pit this lap. I think so anyway, because they'll be seeing that they're still gapping him. Because now LS Steno has got a direct comparison to Valtteri at this moment in time.
Yeah.
And it looks like they're going to jump him just about as well. And now my eyes now divert to Fubiki on those soft tyres. How can he catch Valtteri, and can he catch the two brighter parcel drivers?
Yeah, Fubiki will catch Valtteri. How fast, I don't know. Because Fubiki on a racing softs, Valtteri on a racing mediums. Slower tyre for Valtteri there. The two bypass, no, they stay out again, Adam. So they're staying out again. Yes, they stayed out for an extra lap. I got a feeling they may go one after this as well, but probably not. But probably pit into this lap. I'm not quite sure. You know them better than me, Adam. How they work and how they work together.
I think LS Steno will be reading. I mean, in the first sector, LS Steno literally just matched his time. So they're probably just going to keep going until they feel the tyres going off, and also until they see Valtteri starting. Because there will be a point. Oh, a little bit wide for the second Degner from LS Steno.
Vicho side by side with Fat Picklesbury there. Looking around the outside. Sorry, ran out. No, he just backs out a bit. Apologies for that. Carry on. Sorry.
Yeah. LS Steno will be watching that gap to Valtteri, and there will be a point where Valtteri will then start catching LS Steno, because the softs would have dropped off by that point.
But Ben Cosgrove now in 9th, with Vicho and Fat Picklesbury battling it out for 7th and 8th. Ben Cosgrove, sorry, I normally call him Ben, but it's Ben. Yeah, I got mixed up towards the start of the actual replays I was doing. So Ben now is sitting behind Vicho there in 8th. Can Ben quite possibly get 8th and 7th? He may well.
Vicho is also on the softs as well. So both Vicho and Ben, both on the soft tyres, where Pickles is on the mediums.
Yeah.
Ooh, bit of contact there through the middle of the hairpin.
Vicho's like giving the hurry up, saying, Fat Picklesbury, come on, we've got Ben Cosgrove behind us. The two MyParcel.com teammates now are pitting. Valtteri, where is he? He's coming up towards 130R now, but Fubiki, as you say, it's now 1.5 second gap between 3rd and 4th. So Valtteri has lost a lot of time on their racing mediums. Fubiki's gaining rapidly to the back of Valtteri there. LS Steno putting his fuel in now. Valtteri coming through the bus stop chicane, heading towards the timing line now. LS Steno, yeah. So Fubiki, can Valtteri keep that 3rd position? 7 minutes to go of this race. Fubiki in 4th. Can Fubiki get that 3rd position off of Valtteri? I think Valtteri might. Oh, Valtteri runs it wide onto that AstroTurf. Oh, and he spun out.
Oh, Valtteri.
This is a bit too far back. I don't know what's going on my replay there, but yeah, he's lost it that first corner. Wow, that's going to cost him massively. And will Chris capitalise from this? 3.8 second gap. Let's keep an eye on Chris Valtteri there in 4th.
Yes.
In 6th. Vicho in 7th. Ben Cosgrove in 8th. Where's James? How's James getting on? Phil. Pat Picklesbury in 9th. Phil in 10th. Macreada in 11th. James Harbin in 12th. He is 2.6 seconds behind Macreada there. Runs it a little bit too wide there, clips the grass, almost loses it on the races off. MLA way back now, 23 seconds behind James Harbin in 13th. Up he goes, got KB in the lead now. LS Steno sitting behind his teammate in 2nd. Fubiki has taken that 3rd because of Valtteri's moment there. On the first corner, clipped the AstroTurf, went off. And it's easily done around that corner there. But Valtteri to Chris, 2.2 second gap now, Adam. So it is closing quite fast.
Yes. Now with Fubiki, one mistake from either of these front two drivers, and Fubiki will be there, and he's got the softer tyres, so it's literally one small mistake from either of these two, or a little bit too much battling if Alestano can get close enough. And Fubiki is right back in this race. But Chris, can he catch Valtteri by the end of the race? I think he will, but catching a driver is one thing.
Passing is another. Yep.
Is another thing.
Correct there. Visho. 5.9 second gap now from him and Mutt. So I think Mutt's comfortable in 6th. Then Cosgrove in 8th. Phil in 9th. Macreada in 10th. These two are coming quite close together now. Macreada and Phil. Then we've got James Harvin in 11th. Again, it looks like he means put his foot down a little bit because he has took a bit of time out of Macreada there. In fact,
Macreada looking for a move on Phil. Will he look to the inside? He's looking to the inside.
He is.
Turn 1.
Very nice.
Yes, he does. Does he go wide? No, he doesn't. He manages to keep it. So up to 9th spot for Macreada. Now, Ben, up ahead. I know his tyres aren't looking too bad. Because I know he hit very early, did Ben. But...
So, going back to 4th and 5th with Chris and Valtteri. So we've got 1.7 second gap now with 4 minutes to go. 4 minutes 30 seconds left of this race. Valtteri to Chris will come quite close, quite possibly the next lap. But Mutt in the background there in 6th is closing to the back of Chris there in 5th. Fubiki in regards to LS Deno 4.5 second gap. KB to LS Deno 1.1 second gap. So we've got Chris in 5th. Chris in 5th to about 1.5 second gap, 1.6. Mutt as well. Mutt might gain to the back of Chris there in 5th. So this isn't over yet. This isn't over yet.
Yes.
By a long shot. Ben
Fubiki caught LS Deno by half a second. It's not going to be enough. But like I say, and LS Deno's close. I think KB went wide once again through 130R because LS Deno is within half a second of KB.
Will he go for that move? Will he go for the win in this race?
Yes, he's looking for it. He's looking, attacking. He's in the slipstream. Is LS Deno? Is he going to go for the move?
He's looking, you know.
Not this time.
No.
Not this time.
Back down we go quickly because I've seen Ben Cosgrove there. He is gaining to the back of Visho. 1.4 second gap now between 7th and 8th. Chris, in regards to Valtteri, is under a second now, Adam. Under a second between 4th and 5th. Will Chris get that 4th off of Valtteri? Fubiki is he's long gone now. He's quite a way ahead now of Fubiki. It's not massive, but it's 4 seconds. But Valtteri's coming under pressure now from Chris in 5th. Mutt has fallen back a bit, 2.6 second gap now. But Ben Cosgrove as well, 1.6 to Visho. It's getting very close, but Deno to KB half a second still. Fastest lap of this race is KB at 158.303. LS Deno in second. Fubiki, I don't think he can gain to the back of LS Deno there in second. But Chris, can you get onto the back of Valtteri? We shall wait and see. Mutt is sit. We got Visho, we got Ben Cosgrove and Visho. 1.9 second gap now, 2 second gap now. Phil in 9th, coming under pressure now from Macreada. So Macreada still wants that 9th position off of Phil there. So we got James Harvin in 11th. The guy that's created the Simfx Infinity series with the help of Dave. Like I said, the sponsors of the Simfx Infinity GT Manufacturer series is Infinity Decals and Hexagon Engine Bay Details. They were the sponsors of Season 4. We head on to Season 5. The date of that, I do not know. But we're on the last lap of this race. KV won the previous round. Will he win the second round as well? Will he become a 2-time champion of the Racer Champions for the Simfx Infinity series? LS Deno is sitting behind KB there, so he may be looking for the win. Fubiki in 3rd, Valtteri and Chris side by side heading down towards the first corner. Teammates in Season 4. Oh, they're still side by side. Oh, no, Chris on the AstroTurf. That's going to compromise him massively. Valtteri, I don't think he done anything wrong doing there. He slows up. I didn't see no contact there, Adam, at all. Let me go.
I didn't see any contact there either, and Chris flashed his lights, I think which was to say, don't wait for me.
There was a little bit, but it wasn't massive, you know.
It's hard to go side by side through that corner.
Yeah, so KB won the previous round. Like I said, Season 3, Race of Champions champion. Can he do it again? It looks like he is. LS Steno and byparcel.com Racing. They're become champions of champions and manufacturers as well, by the look of it. Fubiki in third, Valtteri and Chris still back out fourth and fifth. Like I said, they were teammates in Season 4 League 2. Mutt, Bisho, Ben Cosgrove, Phil, James Harben, the runner.
Valtteri once again side by side through the right hander, and Valtteri lets Chris by.
Really?
Yeah, Valtteri just let Chris by through the right hander, so Chris is up to fourth into Spoon.
I need to get back out to the front because they haven't got long to go. Let me get out of that for a minute because KB's heading towards the bus stop chicane. KB looks like he will be the winner of race number 2. Remember, he won race round 1. He will be. Oh, LS Steno, they're coming on through side by side. The teammates just saying, hey, look at us. For a second season in a row, we are champions. Yeah, he did. But KB will come out on top. He will be the Simfx Xfinity Series Race of Champions champion for a second season in a row. But LS Steno got the win. Very well done indeed. KB in second, Fubiki in third, Chris in fourth, Valtteri in fifth. Two teammates in Season 4, Mutt in 6th, Bisho in 7th, Ben Cosgrove crossing the line in 8th, Phil in 9th, James Harben going to cross the line now. The owner, the runner of Simfx, gets everything underway. Thank you to James for getting this underway as well. James in 10th, McCreed in 11th, Fat Pickles Row in 12th, MLA is coming up towards 130R in 13th position. But what an absolutely fantastic evening of racing, Adam. But KB there, champion again for a second season. Byparcel.com Racing take the manufacturer's title as well for the Champions of Champions event. So yeah, MLA now slowly coming around towards the final turn. But thank you everyone to watching. It's been very, very appreciated. Thank you for the likes and the comments. But yeah, thank you to Adam as well for joining me in the commentary box. But you must be proud to be part of MVP, and they've won it again for a second season.
Yeah, it's good to see both LSN and KB doing very well in this race. I've raced them for a long time, and I enjoyed my first season in the Infinity decals as well. Certainly going to look to do it next season. Unfortunately, I couldn't do all the rounds, and hopefully I might even be in this race next season.
Yeah. Who knows, mate? Who knows? But to each and every one of them, whether they've come first, whether they've come last, whether they've had an off, they've all competed. They're all equal in this Race of Champions event. And just many congratulations to them all. Congratulations to all the winners in each of the leagues and the manufacturers as well. And to those that come second and third in each of the leagues. But yeah, what an absolute fantastic Season 4. But yeah, it's, Race of Champions is done for the end of Season 4. We head on to Season 5. The date, I don't know when. Just keep an eye out for a post from James. But thank you to Infinity Decals, Dave Robertson. Thank you to Excan Engine Bay Details as well. Thank you for Dave for doing all the points or the posters and all the work he does. Thank you to James as well for running all the leagues from Season 1. And thank you to Adam. You've been a great help this evening, mate. Much appreciated indeed.
No worries.
But yeah.
Thank you for having me.
No problem at all. No problem.
Great day of racing.
It has, and I'm glad that we've both done commentary for this Race of Champions event. Who knows? Like you say, end of Season 5, will you be competing in that? We don't know. But once again, Adam, thank you. Once again to James, thank you very much. To the drivers, to the competitors for the season of Season 4. Give yourselves a clap on the back. Thank you, Chris. But yeah, he done the commentary for League 2 Season 4. And like I always say, much love. Difficult times out there at the moment in time, but we'll be back racing in Infinity sooner or later. But Adam, any final words from you?
it's been a great season of racing, and I'm looking forward to season 5.
Yeah. So with that all said and done, thank you to the viewers, thank you to the racers, thank you to Adam, much appreciated. I've been ESR Idol 4. I've been joined by TKM Spanners, Adam Sparrow, the British karting champion, by the way, 2020. But yeah, so apart from that, much love. I'm gone. Adam's gone as well. See you next season for season 5. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.